What's up, everybody? It's the Lit Optimist talking today about the short story Stud City, which is within the novel, um, within the novella, The Body. I believe. Isn't it? I think it is. Um, yeah, let's look this shit up. The Body, for those that don't know, if you've seen the movie Stand By Me, that's an adaptation of The Body. And I haven't seen that yet, so no spoilers. Um, but I guess Stud City, from what I gather, Stephen King wrote this first as like a start to a story he wanted to make, and then he was like, "It's I don't see it going anywhere," so he abandoned it. But then he was like, he took what was written and made the main character. It's his story, I believe, right? Yeah, written as a piece of writing by an older Gordon LaChance. Gordon LaChance, Gordy, is one of the main characters. He writes a story, so he's older. Okay, and he like reads it off before he goes into like his flashback, I believe. Edward May, nicknamed Chico, has just had sex with his girlfriend Jane, taking her virginity. He still mourns his older brother Johnny, whose death he blames on his stepmother Virginia, because Virginia was fucking Johnny. I believe it's heavily implied. Yeah, it's heavily implied that Virginia and Johnny were involved. I think Johnny kills himself, or that she was molesting Johnny, and then he took the job where he was killed to be away from her. So he was killed at a job. Okay. Um, Inducing a fight between Chico and his father in front of his younger brother Billy. Story ends with Chico leaving and remembering his brother's death. It's like, yeah, this is the first like work in progress that I'm working on, and he talks about it for a little bit. Um, Being that it's like an unfinished story, and like it's a more realistic story by Stephen King. Like Stephen King has a lot of like stories that they don't feel like they'd be like they feel larger than life. There's some kind of realistic elements they take, but this is like one of the most realistic things that he's ever written. It's like, oh my god, like drama. But with that Stephen King flair, like Stephen King can write pretty much anything and be good. Except that thing that I reviewed weeks ago, where it was like, what the fuck was this, Stephen? Like you really wrote, like you you really didn't try with this one. But I think it's like Never Look Behind You, whatever the fuck it was. But Stud City, I won't say that it could be its own thing, but it could be its own thing. It really could. He could have made something else with this, but I'm glad that he was like, I couldn't do anything, but at least I'm gonna still show somebody. Like I'm still gonna show it off, but in a very unique way in another story in a novella. Um, yeah, it's pretty cool. A novella, for those that don't know, is like a short story but longer. Not quite a novel, but long enough to be counted as like a book, like to be sold paperback. Um, but short stories can be sold paperback as well. Yeah, but like in collections, like I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about I'm just having an argument with myself. Sorry. Thanks as always goes to my cousin Natalie Titus. Whole head's like fucking out of because that's why it's the fucking light. Thanks to Natalie Titus for requesting everything Stephen King ever made. Well, literature wise. Um, but yeah, that's my review of Stud City. Not much to say about it because, like I said, it's a very compact, very short story. The Stephen King flair. Look it up. Look up The Body too. I will be reviewing that. Is that next time? Probably not. Probably not. Go back more. Up a little bit more. A little bit more. I don't think so. No. What the fuck? I don't know what that is. So have fun for my mystery review next week when I try to remember what the fuck that is. Yeah, you guys have a good one.